Okay, I'm going to show you the wax resist technique today, and as well as paper resist and crayon resist. Resist basically is where you apply a material and the glaze or underglaze resists it, and then you end up with raw clay. So different resist techniques you can use are chocolate, actual wax, tape, oil pastel or crayon, stickers. So you apply the material and then you put glaze or underglaze on top, and then when it's fired, the raw clay will show through. So this one is, these two are wax, this is a stencil. I have no idea what that is. So you can use crayons, wax. I have wax in a little slip trail container. That's how this one was done. So you would just apply the wax in dots, and this is Storm glaze, Celadon glaze on top. So basically what you will do is you will get your wax. So you need to put down paper so you don't get it on the table. You guys will be using, the paper is in your tray. You guys will be using the wax and a Q-tip. I know it sounds gross, like don't put it in your ear. Okay, don't use your ear wax, although it might work. So put down some paper so we don't get wax on the table. And then you have this. I'm gonna do it on a cup, but you guys have a bisque tile that you can do this on. So you're gonna start with the wax because the wax needs to dry. So you literally take off the cap, and then you guys can either apply dots or lines. It doesn't really matter. The wax color will burn away. So then you're gonna use a crayon. That color will burn away too, and draw any school appropriate design you want. And then if you want to, you do tape, you can do that too. The masking tape is on the counters. You can do tape. You can also, if you want to, have circle stickers. And I even have letter stencils. So if you want to use a letter, you can do that too. So you're only required to do the wax and the crayon. The wax has to dry because you'll ruin my paintbrush and it'll smear. So it doesn't take long. You need to put it by the fan. And when you put it by the fan and it's dry, it looks kind of a dark yellow. And when you touch it, it doesn't stick. So do the wax first, then the crayon. If you want to do other techniques, you can. And then you're going to go pick out a glaze. When you shake the glaze, make sure your finger's on the top, and it's the consistency of melted ice cream. And then you're going to just take your paintbrush, and you're going to apply that to it. I just got my hands full of glaze, so I'm rinsing them off. Okay, so then you just do your 3 coats on top, and it may not resist it right away. If it doesn't, that's okay, it'll burn out. So 3 coats on top of where you applied that wax. Make sure the wax is dry. Same thing, 3 coats on top of the crayon or oil pastel, and then if you chose to do tape or sticker, that's fine. Don't peel off the tape or sticker until it's dry, or if you leave it on, it's okay, it'll just burn off in the kiln, no big deal. So 3 coats of that glaze. So that is the bisque stage. If you want to try the chocolate, you can. Don't eat this chocolate. It's literally 8 years old. It's also 89% cocoa, so it's super bitter. But it draws on like a crayon if you want to try it. Okay, the other technique I was going to talk about, oh, this goes in the trash. The other technique is done with paper, newsprint. It's the paper stencil. This is done at the greenware stage. So if you have something that's greenware that you want to do this on, you can. So what you would do is you'd take some of the newsprint. It's normally on the corner bookshelf. I have 1 puncher if you want to use the snowflake. Okay, that just works by putting the paper in and doing this. And you can either use the positive piece or the negative piece, okay? Or I also have these fun shaper scissors if you want to use those, or you can just rip or cut out any shape that you want. So this is done at the greenware stage, and what you would do is put a little water on with your finger, and then put your stencil down, and put water on top. Not really soaking wet because you do want the underglaze to stick. And then remember to use underglaze because you're using greenware. And then just apply the underglaze. So 3 coats, 1 coat, you can do 1 coat of underglaze. Don't have to do 3. Then let it dry, and then once it's dry, that's when you peel the stencil off. Because if you peel the stencil off when it's wet, it won't work. You can also get your needle tool for the fine detail here, or you can just let it burn off in the kiln. Okay, so this was my stencil from before. So you're gonna create a tile today with the wax. Make sure you put paper down first, and a Q-tip, and then a crayon. Let it dry by the fan for like 2-3 minutes. It should be good. It'll turn this dark yellow color when it's dry. And then apply your glaze. Ready, go.